Cannabis fans. Welcome to episode 20 of the Road to the 2022 USA Games, a special series on my show, The Good Vibe Show, by me, Jerry Hulley, part of the Special Chronicles Network. So, obviously, I would do the sponsor ad right off the bat, but I think I'll save it for the end because, one, it's more perfect then, because then it allows me to do our stuff. So, because I want to spend a little time talking to you about what's happened over the last few weeks for USA Games training. So, obviously, freestyle training is ramping up. We just as of when this episode officially airs, my friend Frank, actually, me and him are talking like we've been more doing speed training for freestyle, but then we're realizing speed's not what I need to do. I need to work on stamina to get better. And so, technically, we're now gonna change course and do stamina training, which, lucky enough, I actually attempted 4 100-meter freestyle, 4 100-yard freestyles today when this episode airs, which is gonna be knowing when this episode airs, I'm going to be referring to today as as the 14th of February. Of course, just to clear up for people who are going to be listening to this afterwards. But the point is, what I'm saying is, like, I actually felt pretty good after the fourth one. I think that's what I had to do and such. And obviously, it's all working. And as it's going, breaststroke doesn't need much work. I just need to increase the tempo of the speed of my stroke, which is a little tricky, I guess. But even with a glide, though, I'm okay with it, obviously, and I'm doing very well with that. So it's very important to say, hey, I gotta work on that a little bit too. But honestly, both need to be worked on. Clearly, I just need a lot working on. Good news is for part with the H2 Wizards, though, going with them, is we're gonna be having a meet on March 10th, potentially down in Williamsburg, and then going up to the George Mason Swimming. That's April 24th. So I'm dealing with both of those officially. So that's all good and such. And then obviously I made some goggle design things, and we're finally getting the H2 Wizard shirts, finally getting that order solidified. And those who want to know, Team Jerry shirts are now available for reordering as well. I could put the link in the description of this episode for those who are interested in getting it. If not, that's okay. Because one, if you want to be a Team Jerry fan, you're okay with that. But you can also just be a fan of the whole games itself. But I'm okay with that too. Because one, I think what's important is, and looking at all this training and such, and it's hard to believe we're under 4 months now from games, and the step challenge has just moved into the 6th week, which I'm still putting a decent lead on that. I'm not going to speak more on that because in the sense of data integrity, I think data integrity is the higher thing versus some people, and I think I'm one for it as well. And obviously, it's important to say data integrity is important, so I'm not going to go into that subject, but it's just hard to believe it's coming up so quickly, and it's just hard to imagine it's going to be here before I know it. And I guess the word nervous is coming into play, and obviously I'm just thinking so much about it, and I just don't really want to get stressed out about it. And I think looking forward to these games, and obviously it's a lot to take in, but I'm really looking forward to it and such, and everything's just going to be all grand and needles and everything. So I think it's just more of how things go in life is right now. It's the situation I'm dealing with, how these game preparations going. I'm really looking forward to games. I really am. I'm really going to be looking forward to it. I know there's going to be a lot of preparations because I'm supposed to be getting all my Team Virginia stuff in April. That's going to be like a lot to look through and try to make sure everything's right and everything and such. So it's like a lot to think about and such. And obviously, I did briefly talk about creating goggle design cases for my teammates, and obviously each of the teammates had to buy their own goggle cases. I'm gonna probably buy my own, in which obviously the only thing I found interesting is that one person wanted their name in blue and read this thing, and he never got back to me. And I'm like, okay, whatever, dude. I make the designs as they are, and people come around with them and such. And I think they're amazing things to go and such. And I know whenever they show Wizard shirts on, I may start wearing that in an episode, or a Team Jerry shirt maybe. I already have my Team Jerry shirt, obviously, but I'm debating how I'm gonna do that still. Obviously, but I'm going to wrap this up because it's been sort of a longer stay here by the time you actually listen to this, because I still have a lot of other things to still do and such. So to wrap this up, let's go to our great ad from our sponsor, the Special Chronicles Network. The Good Vibe Show is proud to be featured on the Special Chronicles Network. Visit specialchronicles.com for links to follow on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Be sure to also subscribe to the newsletter and find the podcast page for this podcast, The Good Vibe Show, by me, Jerry Hulley. If you love The Good Vibe Show, then you love the art podcast on the Special Chronicles Network. Specialchronicles.com for links to subscribe to our podcast, newsletter, and to follow us on social media. and to support the podcast on Special Chronicles so we continue our mission of giving respect and voice to people with special needs, visit specialchronicles.com/give to make a gift today. And also with them right now, remember to follow the Give Vibes Show on Instagram at Give Vibes by JH on Instagram. Facebook, facebook.com/Give Vibes by /Give Vibes by JH. Also subscribe to the Give Vibes Show on Spot by me, Jerry Holly, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts from. I've actually, when I did my last episode on the Give Vibes Show, I said I was like somewhere close to 300. I'm now over 300 listens, which is great. Maybe I'll get 500 by the end of the year. Who knows? But also definitely watch this series. So until next time, everyone, peace out, and I'll see y'all next time for another episode of episode 21 of the Road to 2022 USA Games. You may also see me for the Give Vibe season 6 season recap episode, and also let's throw in there the start of season 7 of Give Vibe as well. So until next time, everyone, bye everyone.